they've got George backpedaling, and it's Kyrie with the alley-oop finish from Orange. Runs into Luka. Luka on the floor, finds Kyrie. Fantastic!
In a league dominated by championship duos such as LeBron and Anthony Davis, Jokic and Jamal Murray, and formidable duos such as KD and Devin Booker, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and Paul George and Kawhi. Two names in the West are not only proving all doubters wrong, but are establishing themselves as the best duos in NBA history. How do Luka and Kyrie rank among star combinations in league history? Are they a championship-winning duo?
Look like it. Spurs, by the way, have a foul to give. Oh, give and go! Kyrie inside!
In the NBA, star combinations are no new thing. Big threes, duos, star rosters have been created for years, even though they are no guarantee for winning a championship. We all know the big three of the Chicago Bulls winning era: Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman, or the Miami Heat big three of LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh. At the same time, the Brooklyn Nets big three of Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, and the OK three of Russ, PJ, and Melo of the OKC Thunder, none of which made it to the conference finals, existed. Duos are more common, and the NBA has witnessed Kobe and Shaq, and Jamal Murray and Jokic, both of which are championship-winning duos. At the same time, NBA fans have witnessed the duo of Luka and Porzingis, and the Denver Nuggets of Melo and Allen Iverson. Nevertheless, while it is no guarantee of a championship, the 2023-2024 NBA season has seen some of the best duos in recent years. And somehow, Kyrie and Luka are emerging as the best of them all. If you doubt that statement, then you have to believe one of the greatest power forwards of all time, Kevin Garnett.
No better two in the West.
No better.
There's no better two motherfuckers. Luka can literally sit out a whole quarter.
In a Western Conference that has Jokic and Murray, LeBron and AD, Paul George and Kawhi, Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, KD and Devin Booker, that's a very bold statement. But you've got to understand that KG has been in some great and horrible star combinations to know exactly what he's saying. The 15-time All-Star was part of the Big Four Boston Celtics that won the 2008 championship, and also the Big Three Brooklyn Nets that won nothing but set the Nets back in years. Nevertheless, a quick look at Luka Dončić and Kyrie Irving this season, and you'll understand KG's sentiment. Luka is currently having an MVP-worthy season, as he's leading the NBA with 34.1 points per game. He's also averaging 9.8 assists and 9 rebounds per game. Kyrie Irving, on the other hand, is averaging 25.3 points, 5.3 assists, and 5.1 rebounds per game on 49% shooting. For two superstars that are ball dominant, they have impressively complemented each other this season, leaving other teams confused about who to guard. Kai and Luka can score on anyone. I mean, this is Kai against 7'4" Wembanyama. Not even Wemby could believe what just happened. I mean, usually this is what most people do when they face Wemby. Also, this is Kai with a sky hook in the last play with a buzzer beater over 6'11" Nikola Jokic. On the other hand, the Mavs have one of the best offensive players the NBA has ever seen in Luka Dončić. How many people in NBA history can make a three-point skyhook effortlessly in the final seconds of a game while being double-teamed? This season, Luka and Kyrie have played 42 games together, with a 27-15 record when both are on the court. In fact, more recently, and before Luka missed the game against the OKC Thunder, Luka and Kyrie played 17 consecutive games in the lineup together. And during that stretch, the Mavs were formidable when their superstar guards were sharing the floor. In those 483 minutes, Dallas had a 122.0 offensive rating and a 112.0 defensive rating for a net rating of 10.0, all while serving as the team's most used two-man lineup. Among all 63 two-man combinations with 400 or more minutes played during this period, the Mavericks superstar combo ranks 8th in net rating, trailing only the Boston Celtics and Denver Nuggets. Before the 17-game streak, Kyrie and Luka were the Mavs' 13th most used pairing, as injuries limited their time on court together. During the previous 22 games, the Dallas Mavericks were terrible, as they had a 118.5 offensive rating, a 114.4 defensive rating, and a 4.0 net rating in the 506 minutes both Luka and Kyrie played together. For what it's worth, their injury crises have always been a source of concern since Kyrie joined the Mavs from the Brooklyn Nets. However, with availability no longer a concern, the rest of the league is on high alert for what this duo is capable of. From an offensive standpoint, this duo has always worked. Kyrie and Luka are electrifying pick and roll and isolation scorers who can utilize many different half-court actions. The Mavs currently rank second in points scored in isolation. When they play together, they have endless options because they are both dynamic perimeter shot makers with exceptional finishing ability. Luka's transcendent passing talent and Kyrie's motion shooting ability are defenders' nightmares. In fact, it's not surprising that they rank first in pull-up shooting points per game, and the Mavs currently hold the NBA's best clutch game-winning percentage. You have to understand that unlike previous seasons, Luka has adapted to Kyrie's fast play and has sacrificed being ball dominant all the time with a catch-and-shoot jumper when he's without the ball. Right now, the combination of Kyrie and Luka has seen the Dallas Mavericks go from being one of the NBA's slowest teams to one of the fastest. The Mavs currently rank 9th in pace and 8th in fast break points per game, all while Luka Dončić has produced improved catch-and-shoot efficiency with increased volume. You have to understand that from the announcement that Kyrie Irving was joining the Mavs, the rest of the league was already scared about the star combination. Jason Tatum, in his words, called their partnership scary. Tyrese Halliburton called both guards toughest one-on-one covers in the league. What's underrated about those two is that they both can play off the ball. Kyrie has done it before. Luka hasn't had to do it yet, but he's one of the highest IQ guys in the league, so he'll figure it out, Halliburton said. Kevin Durant made it known that it's gonna guard any of them. Draymond Green publicly admitted that he doesn't even like the partnership because it's going to be hard to stop two of the best scorers in the NBA. Fast forward to 58 games played together, and the star pairing is leading the rest of the NBA in combined points per game. This season, Luka and Kyrie are the top scoring duos in the NBA, as they combine to score 59.4 points per game. The closest duos to them are Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, who combine to score 54.7 points per game, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who combine to score 50.5 points per game. Even championship-winning duos like Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic combine to score 47 points per game, and LeBron James and Anthony Davis just 49.8 points per game this season. Truth be told, neither Kyrie nor Luka have any glaring weaknesses on the offensive side of the ball. They both can score in any way possible on the floor. They're both superb at driving to the basket, have excellent mid-range shooting, and can kill the opposing team from beyond the arc. They can break down opposing defenses, with or without a screen. How can they be stopped unless they miss their shot? They're a defensive nightmare. Keep in mind that both guards' offensive abilities are not limited to scoring. Luka and Kyrie can not only score, but also set up others in the offense, which is extremely rare for NBA superstar duos. Combined, they scored 15.1 assists per game, which compared to the other duos in the league is second only to Jokic and Murray's 15.7 combined assists per game. In fact, next to them are KD and Booker, who averaged 12.2 combined assists per game. So statistically speaking, Luka and Kyrie are miles ahead of the rest of any duo in the NBA when you combine their points and assists per game. With Luka and Kai sharing the hardwood, no other NBA team has a better offensive duo in the league this season. So it's no surprise that ESPN's Stephen A. Smith picked both guards as the scariest NBA duo.
I'm going to go with Kyrie and Luka, the scariest. I didn't say better. I know Jokic and Murray are better, but Kyrie and Luka, when you consider what they're capable of doing, Shannon.
For what it's worth, both stars have made the Mavericks a title contender. And with their playoff record, the NBA is in for a treat this postseason. Across 28 postseason games, Luka is averaging 32.5 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 7.9 assists per game, while Kyrie, in 74 playoff games, is averaging 23.3 points on 45.5% shooting, with 4.8 assists and 3.7 rebounds per game. The Dallas Mavericks have only made it past the first round of the playoffs once in the last 12 years. And they did when Luka led them to the Western Conference Finals in 2022, only to miss out in the playoffs a season later. In any case, Kyrie's acquisition has undoubtedly elevated them to title contention. Besides, Kyrie is no stranger to being part of a dangerous offensive duo in the playoffs, having been the other half of the only duo to score 40 or more points in an NBA final. In Game 3 of the 2016 NBA Finals, through Game 5, Kyrie Irving averaged 35 points and 6 assists on 56% shooting. Anyway, it's been 8 years since he broke the Cavs' 52-year title drought. Mavs supporters can only hope that he and Luka bring their second franchise NBA championship and break their 13-year title drought. What do you think about Luka Dončić and Kyrie Irving's duo? Are they a surprising title contender this season? Let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time.
Closeout. Luka maneuvers away from the closeout. And that is about the best dunk we've ever... Moment right here. The second most in the league. 15 and a half a game. Drive, score, foul. Luka Dončić. Free throw of the game coming up.
Just nice pump fake.
Defensive end.
Luka. Found Jordan. Between the lane and the three-point line on the side.
No.
Rolling, finishing with power, tower of power, Daniel Gafford.
Dončić into Jackson Hayes. What a pass, Jackson, three, good! What a pass. Look at this pass here. I mean, wow. The regular season, Dončić making a move, Butler's on him.
Watching the first 3 or 4 defensive possessions. What are the Denver Nuggets going to do against Luka? What are the Dallas Mavericks going to do against Jokic? We've already seen one double team.
Dončić, fake, fires, count it.
Dončić, the handles, the fake, the fade, it's pure! Luka Dončić!
What clock at 2? Impossible shot! Go! Dončić got it!
Dončić. Oh, goes behind the back, the floater, you bet!
Here is Luka looking off the defense. Great finish, but the pass, woo! Finney Smith, Bullock, he's driving it, and looks for Finney Smith. It's a loose ball, and Luka picks it up. Some Luka magic! Up on Luka. Luka has got him in the blender, and the rainbow!
Woody missed it. Oh, Dončić! Hey!
Beautiful play, but you know what's even better than that? The precursor.
Statue outside. Well-earned and deserved statue. Dončić!
Got it from Kleba, again late in the clock, in desperation. He puts it up! And that is Luka magic right there!
Mavericks lead by 5 against the shorthanded Knicks. Oh, good. Jones.
A master of the mid-range game.
Well, you couldn't have more star power, could you? This, my goodness. Step back 3, Dončić.
I don't know how you guard that.
This is a good matchup for both teams. Nice pass inside.
Kleba slam dunk from Luka on that beauty of a pass.
Pete Maravich style.
Highlight shows.
Yeah. I mean,
Five-hole. Dončić shedding the defense of Okogie. Okogie sticking right with him. Around Eubanks. Got it. Foul. Count it.
More with Trey being out. He has certainly been able to make a different contribution. Luka.
Good after this first game back. He said there's no soreness. It's easier to feel that physically than to convincing yourself.
Charlie Brown getting some early minutes here. Taj Gibson on the floor as well. And Powell open. Luka Dončić with a little spice.
Come on. Oh, no, it's right-handed. He did turn around. Nonetheless.
Paint off the bounce every single night.
Luka, change of direction, got him past Kenrich Williams. What?
Yeah, what is what?
Everybody's watching.
Yeah, they're watching. And man, oh man, that's knowing where to put that ball on the square, right?
Yes, it is.
They say use the glass. Can you use it any better than that? That's outstanding.
So pretty. Fade away into the backgrounds.
Yeah, don't let the smooth taste fool you either.
Here is Luka off balance. Late decision to pass it to Williams. Back of the hands of Luka. A heave and a hit over Clint Capella.
11 on the boards here in the second half after getting out rebounded in the first half.
Here's Dončić. He's fouled and he scores.
Agility here is uncommon. To say that Luka Dončić.
Tyus Jones, no good.
Good pass.
Oh, Kyrie out ahead and lays it in. Timeout.
Hard.
It's Kleba, open 3.
It's Carter. Stolen by Dončić. Could be fun. Dončić. Hold on. That's in his bag as well.
Down to 8. Moves on Pumler. Takes it in. Hammers it home. Dallas has got the lead. Dončić sledgehammer. Dončić fakes, drives.
The coach's challenge a moment ago. Luka inside, working against Koulibaly. Some pretty good defense with some better offense.
Great offense by Luka. State base, but
It's rocking right now.
The Mavericks have gotten a couple of stops.
And that's why it's rocking! Gafford is controlling the boards. Here in the opening minutes of the game, he already has a half dozen. A heave and a hit by Luka Dončić, the Western. 7 points, 8 rebounds tonight for Portis, but that's a big basket. And so's that for Luka.
Mavericks lead by 5 against the short-handed Knicks. Oh, good. Jones pops free.
From the floor, but yet lead by 9. Luka really into the paint for the first time and bounces one off the glass.
Mavericks lead by 5 against the short-handed Knicks. Oh, good. Jones pops free.
Regular season. Dončić making a move. Butler's on him.
First 2 games against Dallas, Michael. Minnesota did win the three-point shooting battle.
Dončić stopping on it.
That shot, too.
And in 78 years of the NBA, Hart, there's been a lot of games. Here's the step back for a new Maverick record!
I tell you what, Atlanta fans are cheering like Maverick fans.
Dončić using a green screen. Step back, 3.
12 of the 14 were on a barrage of threes.
Luka's going to get you now or later.
Abaji fouled and then he makes the jump shots. A chance for 3, the old-fashioned way.
Dončić, the hesitation, the drive. Wow, just ushered right to the cup.
Looks like to Rozier. Kyrie got it. Dončić the other way. Step back triple. Jovic the top 6 as we said at the top of the show. But from 7 to 10, it becomes a battle of 3.
Dončić right to the rim.
Not many times tonight that Luka's going to have a size advantage with this big Orlando lineup. He post up, sucks. It's a basket with a foul.
And he just kind of plays bully ball here, just getting to the paint. Good pump fake, takes his time.
Dončić.
Just a gifted score.
Here we go, Dončić. Oh, the nice pass to Gafford.
In the opening quarter, and the lead is up to 9. Josh Green also out tonight for Dallas as Dončić.
Drive by Luka against Keldon Johnson. A little body contact to separate and hit the short fadeaway. And then it's a layup by... Man, those are some... 4-3 over Carter. Luka, Drano. Badly needed.
Carter was right there, but just Luka just a little bit better on the offense.
Long strides, hands to Dončić. It's a 3. Luka Dončić with the triple. Dončić with another 3. No, pass lively.
White tipped it back to Dončić. Working in the post, Caruso, he was able to muscle through.
Amazing. You know, making basketball courts and partnering with Henry Ford Health System and all.
Points for Luka Dončić, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Working Holiday. Takes the pass and then puts it in. Luka Dončić.
Now Luka against Wendell Carter. Isaac went out of the game, and so the length isn't quite as Saskatchewan.
He jumps so quick.
Here is Luka. His kick-out pass grazed the bottom of the net, but it still found P.J. Washington Jr., who's got to do it. A drive inside. There's a wall there, so Luka throws it around the wall.
Nice pass.
Luka loving and community. He's trying to talk his way in. 30-piece in the first half. Dunk. Dončić, that last lively bucket, already 6 assists, and now he's got 9 points and 6 rebounds. He's switched on with Drummond, so he steps back for 3 and hits.
Oh, the
hammer.
You got to hustle back, man.
Dončić with another 3. He's got Daniel Gafford with a block at the other end. And Peach Green, Gafford, shot, Luka finishes inside his first points of the game. 0 for his last 17 and 1 for his last 25 off threes. And it is to make this a 1-point game.
And you don't always have to get the block.
For 3, Luka, yes sir.
Luka's going to get you now or later.
Abaji fouled and then he makes the jump.
Prince, good size on Dončić in terms of height. The Dončić always finds a way to get. A three-pointer goes down. Dončić lost the ball, then the Euro step. What a move from Luka Dončić.
Enjoying the vibe? Join the tribe. Oh, and while I have your attention, here's another video I thought you might enjoy.
And they've got George backpedaling, and it's Kyrie with the alley-oop finish from Luka. Comes into Luka. Luka on the floor, finds Kyrie. Fantastic!
It's off. They fight for it. Lively's got it. Irving three. You learned it for me. You watched the telecast.
Started with the blitz on Dončić. He gets it to Josh Green at the free throw line. He just puts it up there.
Sets a screen for Irving. Pinson looking, got the ball to Kyrie, under duress. Kyrie on the move, darts to his right, and he makes a pass. Cleveland to beat the buzzer and win the game. Woo! He got it. Woo!
There by Kyrie. Comes up with the steal, knocks down the three. Irving got it! Deflected, good hands, good defense by Dallas. Irving the other way, behind the back, and into Grayson Allen! Oh, what a play by Kyrie!
Kyrie in the open court. Stop and pop! Got it! Kyrie Irving! Averaging 16 points per game this year. 16 starts, 9 now. 10 games off the bench! And an alley-oop pass ends up going in the basket.
Powell over to Irving. Deep corner. Irving.
Yes. Kyrie dislodged it. Luka up to Kai. Kai hits the bullseye. For engagement. And we still have over 13 minutes to play. Nice catch by Kyrie. Came down, goes toward with the foul. Kyrie Irving, the Picasso of the paint.
He won't let him take the day off.
Tough shot, teardrop, Kyrie Irving on the baseline. Irving against Van Vliet, Washington trying to exploit a mismatch. They couldn't get it to him, so Kyrie will just go inside, and that is a Kyrie Irving special, the giant killer. And he is coming to life. And there's that hard pull three, Kyrie!
That is a ridiculously tough shot. That lob, well thrown. Sucking up the space, had it blocked from the side. Moody hustling, but Kyrie, quickest man to the ball. Oh, what a throw and lob.
Got away with not boxing out.
Kyrie Irving lets it fly to start the game, and the Mavs are on the board. Averaging over 17 points per game for the year. Baseline Jay, it's on the money.
Watched by McDaniels. Little jab step, pull up, three, candid. Irving on a 32-point night around the defense.
Kyrie Irving, a blur in the open court.
Irving. That was easy compared to what he had to do Sunday. Irving, Gafford, right back to Irving for the dunk.
Not to shoot, but to pass to Kessler.
That was a good read by Kai.
And Kai with a pull-up three on the money.
For 8 previously. Conley guarding Irving. Irving, fade in the paint.
Let's trigger it quickly. Irving, fake. Oh, the defense from Kyrie.
Irving is cold. Look at that. Ooh, the finger roll.
Here in the fourth quarter. He's delivered time and time again. He drives, changes hands. Leads on back in February to 53.5% shooting in the paint. 6 seconds difference. Guy up top, over 2 defenders. A heave and a hits. Yeah, baby.
I cannot think of
in the third quarter.
But Kyrie doing what Kyrie does, the little dribble game. He's everywhere.
And he is everywhere hitting a three-pointer. He set the tone. And now King's teammate. Fox putting his stamp on the game. What a brilliant spin move, Spinderella. Kyrie with the hoop, and the Mavs stay connected with 2 minutes to go, down by 2 in OT.
It was last night, but to your point, not a lot of people could team.
Yes, a better Laker team.
Yeah, no question.
Irving, and he slices into the paint and scores. Man, Green just hit the floor hard, and he's still down. Irving just a 1-on-5 three-pointer.
Irving, brief little rest to close the quarter. Oh, no.
Irving taking him to the schoolyard. An offensive clinic from both teams.
I mean, this is just brilliant. But how about the finger roll at the end? Look at this. Oh, Uncle Drew, don't.
Even, 18-18. Drive Irving around Brown. Nice finish with a foul.
By Powell. Dončić. Irving. Splash.
Shot attempts. Blow by Green. Hooks it out to Irving. What? Come on, man.
Say what you want. Josh Green with the penetration. And there's
Kyrie carving him up, looking for more. Splits two. He just can't be stopped.
Ball after the miss by Jalen Johnson. In transition, Kyrie accelerates against Bogdanovich. The Rams.
with a nice look up.
And Kyrie Irving with a sweet little. The White's got himself 8 rebounds tonight with that. And another quick attack. Oh, wow! Kyrie is cooking tonight. They're into the floor.
I mean, look at this, dude. 3 Knick defenders.
Dallas is going to be 9-3 in the last 12 against the Dubs. And Quinones fouling Kyrie.
Corner 3. 6 on the clock. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Kyrie with the attack and the tough finish. And now Dallas with an opportunity. And it's Kyrie Irving. He hits the bullseye again.
Forcing things a little early here. They've been 2 of 6. Kyrie. Oh, man.
So good.
Good pass.
Oh, Kyrie out ahead and lays it in. Kyrie out in the open court, going at Koulibaly. Oh!
How did he make that look easy?
Koulibaly helps Jones in the double team with Kyrie.
Nice pass.
Finds a cutting Green for
Pace this season. Last year they were 28th in pace. Now they're 8th. They're trying to run more as Kyrie Irving gets all the way to the basket. Now you get a whole offseason together as Kyrie Irving.
Over to Dante Exum. Now Kyrie cuts to the basket. Smooth.
To the basket.
Irving on a drive down the edge of the lane. Darts up to the basket and has it. Has a season-high 8 assists as well. 10 boards, 12 points. Giant killer.
Incredible. Kyrie, you said the giant killer, huh?
I mean,
Gabriel goes up high. Charlotte was so hot.
Here is Irving.
My.
That's a little electricity. That's a little electricity.
That's the guy that can do it.
Yeah, he's the power plant for this thing. Kyrie drives against Keontae. And it's Hardaway. Finds Irving. Kai calling for it. Wants it. Hits it. Splash down 3.
Picked up by Kyrie Irving. Puts on the brakes. 3 is in. Sailing off the baseline.
What an ugly start here by both.
There's a 3.
For Oklahoma City, capable of making threes.
Kyrie Irving with that floater. Uncle Drew.
Didn't even see him coming off the wing.
He got caught ball watching.
He was.
On him. And Washington missed it. Kyrie Irving offensive rebound and quickly scored.
Nice play. Kyrie with 7.
Nice pass. 5 of 5 from downtown. Teams are going to overreact.
Kyrie fadeaway. Oh, count it. And here comes Irving driving into Adebayo.
Irving after the turnover.
Kyrie Irving.
Lively late to the party now. Sohan going up. Comes out to trying to get Irving loose. They do as he goes back door. Easy.
Irving got that one by Victor.
The impacts that Kai is having. He got the bucket. He's got a 40-piece tonight. Looking get hot like he did the other night. 4 for 4 from downtown. Kyrie Irving slashing through the defense. Spectacular.
So nice. Let's see Kai again. Brooks got knocked off in the hand.
Now here's Kyrie. Oh, the giant killer. Holiday Green, Kyrie. Kyrie driving right at Schroeder. Up and good.
He's simply attacking the pressure.
Back to his reserve role for his 2nd straight night. He's got 8 points off the bench. Irving. My goodness.
The defense by Lively. The run by Kyrie.
Oh my goodness.
He will pass that along to you. Be tough for him to return in this one, you would think. Kyrie Irving somehow hangs and scores. Takes contact on the head.
33. In the corner, Green. Cutting is Irving.
Here come the Dubs.
Kyrie. Oh, man. He's got that ball in a string. He's graceful, man. Oh, he is something else.
21 and 14 on the road this year. 7-point advantage for Sacramento. Tough shot in the paint. Tossing it in.
Kick it out. Irving. Oh, that's pretty. Kyrie Irving is lethal.
Finishes are just crazy. Take a look at this. Levine's ready to jump to cut off the middle.